Jacob said it'd be right at 8:15 when he got here.
The hell was that?
My sister.
Did you read that one for Sam?
Yeah. I don't understand it. I couldn't see the picture well enough.
Yeah. Sam will have that stuff with her when she comes in. Mark's here, he's the landowner around the property, so. Alright, I'll make a motion to open the meeting at 8:15. Mike, the floor is yours, sir.
Felt like last time. I don't have a lot for you. It's been plowing. Fixing stuff.
Did they given you any update at all on the new truck or on the new bed standard? Other than they just shoved it out till January.
January 15th, I think.
Is there any fixing what we have?
Yeah,
They got it going.
we fixed it. We got it going.
But it'll stay together, hopefully.
Yeah. I told him inside, there's like a divider inside of the tank itself. Yeah, it fell. Got wedged in the chain. Just took it out. I ain't put it back. We don't need it. So I'll cross my fingers.
You just need more duct tape.
But it's been pretty good sanders, so. Most of it's stainless, that part of it was steel, so see why it rotted. Yeah, they keep telling me, you just need to put tailgate on that new truck and use it. We took tailgate out, hoping we
Yeah,
could
so you-
slide the bed in and go.
And go. Right.
But I haven't even got to use it, so.
The hitch and everything's on it though, right?
Yep.
It's ready, just needs that.
Mm-hmm. And so far, we have one extra truck we can plow with if somebody goes down, so.
Okay, keep Joe happy.
John, you got anything?
No, I appreciate you, Mike. Thanks for all you guys are doing.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You're doing a great job. Okay. Corey, good? You
Easy.
go calm Joe down. Thanks,
Mom.
That's capable. Thanks, guys.
Bye, Mike.
See ya.
Did you have anything you wanted to talk to us about this morning from Purdue?
For me?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know I was gonna get,
well, we got a few minutes here until Sam gets up here for our next deal, so I thought we'd visit maybe for a minute.
Sure, I can stay back here and talk for everybody,
Yeah,
or
we want, that's fine.
don't matter, but, still very much, kinda new, right? And so to me, I'm looking at this time to be somebody that's learning more about the community, and so coming to events like this, come to the 24/7, presentation.
Yep,
I get to kind of gain more insight, to an area I hope to service with education, and so that's really kind of my focus. Done a little bit of planning, and so trying to balance learning, planning, doing, and development all at the same time is probably the worst thing. I wouldn't suggest anybody doing one of those things at a time.
right,
It's usually the best method, but we're gonna try and juggle them all at the same time. We're hoping to bring one of our Matter of Balance classes. So I heard early on, working with the health department, that fall prevention and lift assist has been an area of concern. And so I think in March, we're gonna try and bring that program in to the annex building in here. And so one of the first ones, and also working on some extra kind of health communication pieces and doing all those things while kind of learning and figuring out what fits. And so I'm trying to be around. If you have suggestions as I'm learning, feel free to let me know. If
Okay.
there's a place I need to be, a meeting I should be at, or a person I should talk to, let me know. I'm all ears. And so I'm looking at it as a blank slate. I get to kind of come in and hopefully bring things that are impactful to this community. And so I kind of live my personal life in the same kind of way of trying to make impact in people's lives that I'm around, whether it be coaching little kids in football, track, soccer, basketball, any kind of sport, or teaching programs like Matter of Balance through my job. And so, any way I can kind of be of service is what I like to try and do. So,
what do you think of the area so far, and the people you've met?
People I've met, very welcoming, and so I appreciate that, to be honest. And so, area is nice. I haven't been, actually, as I was driving up, I realized the shrimp farm down the road.
Down on 18, yeah.
I had been to before, because I was really trying to remake Mimi's barbecue shrimp from New Orleans.
Yeah.
I don't know if they didn't give me the right recipe or what, but it didn't quite taste the same. So if you've never been, that's the place to go. So get you some barbecue shrimp down there in New Orleans from Mimi's.
Governor Braun was just out there last Tuesday, I think.
Yeah.
Did a meet and greet out there at the shrimp farm,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, no, I've been felt welcome in here, and so
Good.
I appreciate that.
Well, we're glad to have you, we really are.
All you can do, right?
Make things move, get things moving forward, and
Yeah.
pretty happy with the program, what we've got going on out here now with the changes that have been made and the people that are set in place, and it's been huge.
So, like I said, if there's anything I can be of service, if you think of something, let me know. I'm open to a phone call, and don't feel like you have to maybe go through John or Dylan or
Okay.
Kelly or anybody. You can come to me with any of that.
All right, perfect, thank you.
Thanks.
John, how are you this morning?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
Okay.
Good. Sun's coming up. It's good to see the sun in the morning without blowing snow.
Yeah,
Oh. How's Sean today?
Good, you?
Not bad, man. Not bad. I'm gonna get done today. I'm gonna go over and finish trimming out the windows, and the doors are coming in today over there. So
Awesome.
if you're ever out and about, swing by and just have a look-see.
Okay.
I'll be over there probably from about noon until my wife calls me and yells at me because I'm not home yet. So
The last meeting, you forgot to sign the fiber optic.
we got Ben Derry will be in there Thursday for the Christmas
with
party.
the,
And we'll clean the floors today too.
on the Wex or just the fiber optic?
I figure when I'm done being sheriff, I can just be the maintenance guy on the building.
Yeah, I'm hiring. You need anything?
No, I think we're good, yeah. No, we talked about, we got everything we needed when we talked last. And all came in, it's all going together. It looks nice.
Good.
It does look nice. Just, I keep trying to get my fellow, fair board members to show up and something always happens, so. That's all right.
I know how that works.
It's all right. We're getting there.
What do you got here?
That's the right of way fiber optic thing that was talked about last meeting. Should be number 4 is where it was added in at. Do you have a contact that this needs sent to?
Not yet. I'll get that this week.
And then Jacob sent his 2026 contract. Did you,
I don't know, they're not sure they'll be able to do that till January.
it says it's in effective as of January 1, but you can sign it beforehand.
Okay.
But it's up to you guys. I think he sent to all of you, didn't he?
Just you and I.
Oh, really?
John, it's a contract to retain Jacob as our attorney. Sean's looking it over.
Okay, I'm happy with that.
I asked for a discount since we were so easy on him this year.
You'd have been a good one.
Yeah, right? You've got Jacob's cell number, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
They do mileage too?
I vaguely remember the conversation. You did say that we're supposed to pay a portion of the Seven Hills calcium chloride stuff, right?
Yeah, they were gonna pay, so Five Towns paying, there's another group paying, and then we're gonna split the other portion with Seven Hills.
Well, what, the lady called me Monday or Friday maybe, and she said that Seven Hills only paid a portion of it, and then they told them that we were supposed to pay the rest.
How much?
Do you have $2,892.75? Okay. And this is the total hours of PTO that is left for Kelly, we talked about last meeting.
Come on up, Sam.
Is it 185?
You wanna go ahead and call Jacob and put him on, please? Sam, you're gonna have to explain everything.
I can do that.
Alright, John, Sam's up here,
Does he want to call?
yeah, I told him to call him. The one for Jose Bustos, that one's all good, but we have a disagreement between two property owners over a shed that's built. The BZA, they granted him a variance, for where the shed's at, but it's gonna be brought back up again in our meeting this morning, so we're gonna put Jacob on the phone as well, cause he's not here yet, and Sam will explain where we stand.
Alright.
You wanna wait for Jacob?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess, I don't know, I have 3 different numbers for him, so which one is it? Is it South, sorry.
86394 86 219.
Hi, Beth.
Hey Jacob. We have Sam up here to talk about, what was it?
We have Jose Bustos and Todd Smart.
Go ahead and get Jose out of the
Okay, so
way.
Jose, he is putting an apartment on an old garage foundation. The town of Boswell has already approved the apartment and he's working with Matt
I'm using
Hall.
like every other word, Beth.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can.
So Jose is building an apartment on a previous foundation of a garage. The town of Boswell has already approved the building. He's just wanting setbacks from the property line. And that's where he came to the Plan and BZA. Plan and BZA approved for it to come to the commissioners.
So this has nothing to do with drainage board.
No, we just
No.
wanted you on here for the next one. Jose's fine,
Okay.
so,
Okay.
we don't, you good with Jose, Sean?
Yeah,
Everything's good on him, so we'll go ahead and I'll make a motion to accept Jose's, setback for his application.
I'll second that.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Okay, motion carried. You're good, sir.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You as well.
Hey, Jose.
Yes.
Run down to my office and have Dave sign on it.
Okay.
Hold on, I need to have them sign, and then you need to get recorded.
Okay. Recorder after the
Yes.
gentleman.
Yep. Yeah, have Dave sign right there. Last week. And then get it recorded and then take it back to my office and make a copy.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks.
All right, the next one is Todd Smart. He's wanting to build a shed on his property, and it is 3 feet from the property line. The neighbors are complaining because they think it should be the 15 feet. And Todd's here to answer any questions.
And Mark is as well.
And so is the neighbor.
I hate to waste all your guys' time, putting a shed on my own property, my own fence, but here's a picture of it. I bought my little girl a horse.
Yeah, I was there Friday, Sean.
Yeah. I don't know anything, it's completely personal to Mark, so we've had ongoing conflicts for a couple of years now, so. Whatever that's worth. I don't see how it's hurting anybody in any way, shape, or form.
It's basically after all the findings, the APC made a favorable recommendation to move on to the BZA for the appeal. There was a long discussion between both landowners, and at the end of it, they granted Todd the variance for where the building sits on his property, which is close to the edge of the fence, but it's on his property. And Mark and Sarah Durham have conflict with it, but from what I've read into, and what the BZA's attorney, the way she put it out, is that Mark and Sarah can appeal. But once it comes to us, I mean, once they've made their recommendation and they voted on it, it's pretty much taken care of. So I guess at this point, I'm not sure, do we wait on an appeal?
So, and I do have more information. So at the APC meeting, there's 3 landowners on this property. My wife, me, my wife, and my mother-in-law. And I have from my mother-in-law, she has also said that she does not agree with the request for a variance. So now you have unanimous support. And the other thing that comes to mind is Todd has 2.4 acres. He has more than enough room available to put this building inside, or I guess outside the minimum setback. So the other thing that when we talked to the BZA and the APC, so I felt like it was more of a touchy-feely meeting than the facts. So 3 feet away, the roof line is probably 1.5 feet away from the property line. But on the other side of this property line, it's not vacant, dormant land. It's production agriculture. So there's pesticides, herbicides, fertilizer, heavy equipment, right? So to me, all of that, it should probably be, the setback should be maintained for that reason alone, if nothing else, for everybody's safety and everybody's protection.
Exactly.
So what is the hang up? I mean, is it
personal.
No, it's not personal.
do you have a drive or something along this side, or?
I do not have a driveway, but we farm up to the property line. So when you say, spraying around the fence, mowing around the fence, I don't, so spraying and fertilizer application, I depend on, custom applicators to do that. So now they're at risk for, they're not as familiar with the property lines and whatnot as I am, so.
I mean, that's his problem though.
It's his problem if somebody hits it.
Inside my fence, Mark, it's not your problem.
That's, they're gonna have to drive through the fence to hit it, right?
Or not necessarily, right? The boom of the sprayer could be like, I'm just saying, there's a reason I think we have setbacks, and that
I understand.
it helps keep both parties separated or separate.
I'm just going off of what the BZA has done, and if they don't have a problem with it, I don't see how we can either.
Well, the discussion was lengthy, right? There was a motion to, for a non-favorable, couldn't get seconded. There was talk about flipping a coin. So it was a lengthy discussion. It was not a unanimous,
Did you get a permit for it?
I got one now.
Is that the case? The building is erected already, right?
You wanted to stop it because it wasn't 15 feet away. That's. Because it's personal. It's not really. They voted in favor of me because they know it's a waste of their time too.
I don't know, I feel like the laws of the land should prevail. If there's a reason to encroach into the minimum setback, that's different, but there's no reason for it.
So what was your reason?
Me?
Yeah, for
Put
putting
it back here in the tree in the shade and trying to get as much room for my daughter to ride as possible. I don't want to ride behind the damn thing, I'm straight. I'm not very big, I bought her a horse, I want as much room as I can for her to roam around the yard. Oh, it's inside my fence, what do you care?
I don't know, when I look at the shade, so if you look at shade and wind block, like if you go 20 feet in, so if you look, it's placed next to 3 scrubby trees in the corner. If you move it 40 feet in, he's got huge trees, they're 25 feet taller. If shade and windbreak is what you're looking for, there's.
That's my opinion, not yours. Well, I thought it would be best.
Well, my personal opinion, I hate government. I don't think we should tell anybody what they can do on their own property unless it's hurting somebody else. But.
And it may hurt us, I don't know what the future holds. But I think there's a reason for minimum setbacks and they should be upheld unless there's a good reason not to.
Yeah, I understand.
John, you got any thoughts on this?
Well, I'm trying to think on all angles. So 3 feet to the property, I mean, I'm not even sure how you're gonna build and stay off the property at that, but, I mean, what would make him happy if we moved it 5 feet, or is it, is 10 feet enough? The normal's 15, correct?
Yeah, and the BZA already granted the variance, the posts are already in the ground.
Well, if they've already granted it, I don't know that it's in our wheelhouse. I mean, what's Jacob have to say about it?
Hey there, Jacob.
Were you talking to me, John?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I wasn't there for the BZA meeting, but the gentleman is right that generally, in order for a variance to be granted, there's got to be a reason why. That's generally how that works. The reason that was provided today generally would not be a reason for that encroachment. Normally, it's an issue of, well, hey, that's where the water line is, or there's a ditch that runs along the property, and so we had to build it this other place. I've seen that before. I think the rationale for the setback is people gotta have enough clearance to maintain their building without getting onto the other person's property, or to the neighbor's point, is there gonna be a dispute if
you're spraying and a boom comes over, comes next to the property line and sprays something on, you know what I mean? So, on the person's house or whatever. That's generally why you have those minimum setbacks. So that if somebody wants to go out there and paint or roof the house or whatever, they're not trespassing on their neighbor's property because they can't stand there because there's no room. I mean, that's the general rule. I haven't really heard, if I was on the BZA, I don't know that I would have granted this variance, just on the limited information I've been given today. So I realize I'm kind of playing armchair quarterback here. You guys have the discretion to either uphold it or not. From a legal standpoint, it doesn't sound to me like it's legally justified, but you can override me on that. The other thing that you guys can take into consideration as well is, it's my understanding, did I hear correctly that this building is already built?
Yeah,
Halfway.
partially, yes, boats are in the ground.
So, one factor that you can also, and I've seen drainage boards do this, like when somebody, accidentally builds a structure in the 75-foot easement, you can factor the cost to the landowner. So, obviously, if it's just the post, it's going to be less, but I've seen cases where people build in the setback and commissioners will take the approach of, well, look, to make somebody tear down a house and now they're out hundreds of thousands of dollars, that damage outweighs, the technicality of the setback. So I don't know what it's gonna cost this gentleman to move it. My thought would be if it's minimal, then that's probably what should happen. If it's gonna cost him, tens of thousands of dollars because of things that have been done, probably, then that probably changes the equation. But from a legal standpoint, I don't know why the BZA did what they did, because that doesn't sound like it met the qualifications for a variance to me, but I'm not the BZA attorney and I wasn't there for the meeting, so I won't, second guess them. But so you do have the discretion to uphold it, even if, despite my comments. But from a legal standpoint, I think the neighbor has a valid legal point that there's a reason for the setbacks, and I haven't really heard a valid reason why you would encroach on that.
And you're right, Jacob. So when I was at the APC meeting or the BZA, it was really touchy-feely. We were less interested in the rules, and, the thought was, is it really hurting anything? And I feel like some of those points they're just not valid. But that was my opinion.
Well, and what happens sometimes in these cases is you'll get a neighbor who doesn't care, and they build it, and then, the neighbor sells the property, and the new owner shows up and complains, and
right, and
normally they'd say, well, they're grandfathered in at that time. You bought the property knowing that building was there, so you're kind of out of luck. This is a little different because we're not dealing with a second buyer. So.
Yeah, and I have that mentioned in my comments too. Nobody knows what the future holds.
Beth, I think I lost you.
Now you're back.
Okay.
Give a reason. Is there a reason?
Just more room for. One of them, I got a very big property, one of them's a horse, daughter riding horse. Not even very big. Not really a shed more than a building.
John, I'm gonna let you and Sean, your recommendation, because I'm affiliated with both parties and I've already, I don't know. Either way, this isn't gonna end well, and I see both sides of it, so.
Well, what really stinks, and I'm affiliated with Sean, or not Sean, Todd, I guess, he's done a lot of roofing for me. The bad thing is I don't think it's gonna end here. We're just setting up for another argument down the road when, I mean, I could definitely see a sprayer boom, potential. Which, yeah, he's not supposed to get over on his other side, but it would be nice if we could just move it back, 10 feet or something, give a little bit, but I wish you guys could figure out how to move forward and keep the government out of it, but.
Yeah, I'll mark your building on your property line.
So what's gonna make the both of you happy? You wanna see it 15 foot away?
I think there's a minimum setback for a reason. And if you have to move the building, I don't think it makes sense to move it 5 feet. You might as well just follow the rules.
Well, the problem is they've already granted it, so. I mean, I can see the roof line, it is close. Even cutting back that roof line's not gonna make you happy, right?
No.
I'll put a gutter on it.
How big of a building are we looking at?
What's the dimensions?
Like 10 by 16.
10 by 6.
9.5 by 16, it's not even, it's a glorified shed.
Big enough to park a horse in, John.
Well, there's the first mistake, Todd, you never know.
I agree with that.
Got one little girl, I guess, and hope to put the thing in before Christmas. This is completely personal, it has nothing to do with property lines.
I don't know that person, it doesn't have anything to do with it. It's a matter of there's rules to follow.
You didn't even know until I started building something.
But I guess you guys have to ask yourselves, would you want somebody to build something like that next to your property?
And next to a cornfield.
Personally, it's on their property, I don't care. I mean, if we're just worried about sprayers hitting it, I mean, that's on the guy spraying.
Alright.
Were the posts put in the ground before they had approval, or they had approval?
The only thing I was gonna
That's
say
what,
was, I guess from the lawyer standpoint, and like I said, you guys can override me. The one thing you may wanna consider, and this may or may not be a problem, is, when there are rules for a reason, and if one person does this, and then the next person comes in that does it, says, well, you guys didn't enforce the setback against Joe Schmo, why are you doing it against me? And so I do think that that's something you should consider, and I don't know how often this is gonna come up, but, normally, if you have a valid reason for the variance, so be it, but I always just kind of worry about down the road, other people running into the same thing, and then what you end up having is just a number of properties that aren't in compliance, and then you're like, well, why do we have the rule at all? Because nobody follows it. Again, I don't know either one of these gentlemen. I'm not advocating for either side. I'm just saying that is, that's the lawyer's job to point these things out, I guess. But you guys feel free to override me.
Yeah, and I feel like Jacob and I are on the same page. So I guess I'd like to read some of this, so just to get it on the record. So because some of what he's saying is exactly how I feel about this. So the building is violation of the ordinance, right? The building is clearly within the minimum setback required by law. It's a fundamental rule designed to preserve spacing between properties. No unique hardship. The applicant has demonstrated no unique hardship. The situation appears to be self-created as the structure could have been placed in compliance with the ordinance. Variances should not be granted for convenience or preference. So negative impact on our property, I touched on the sprayer and the production agriculture next door. Precedent risk. Granting this variance would set a troubling precedent, eroding the integrity of the zoning regulations and encouraging similar violations. So I mean, I feel like I'm on the same page as Jacob.
And you had your permit and the variance before you started the
I
building.
didn't have the variance.
Or,
I didn't have it, no. I didn't have it. I didn't know anything about 50 feet or nothing.
so that's the real problem. We didn't follow the rules from the beginning, which led us to posts in the ground.
Farmers in America would give two shits where I put that horse shit. That's the bottom line. For an agri farm you got in Benton County, you've never even been a resident.
Well, I don't know that that has anything to do with it.
There's no other taxpayer here. I lived here a long time.
Well, the fact that the variance came after the fact, I gotta agree with Jacob on that part of it. I mean, we're setting ourselves up for more shit show than we already had, so.
Yeah, I agree. That's the biggest concern.
If it wasn't for that, I don't care what you do with your
It's not
property.
hurting, it's just corn and bean fields.
I understand.
It's all personal.
Yeah,
It still cost me money to dig up 12 posts and it hurt anything, and move them. Inside my fence on my property. Like that 15 foot's for town.
That's not true. It's for the county.
Well, I mean, we got rules for a reason. If we break them, why the hell do we have them?
We're gonna go with the BZA's, maybe a second ago.
Uh-huh.
But you guys were on with the BZA's referral a minute ago.
Until the attorney agrees.
Well, had you had the variance before you set the posts, and
Understand.
that's my hang up.
And just so I might add to that, I would agree that if the variance had been in place before construction, then I think then my answer would have changed, because then there's a legal doctrine called detrimental reliance, where he would be able to say, hey, I relied on the zoning giving me a variance, and I acted accordingly, and now I'm being told different, and it's costing me money to fix this. That's an entirely different situation, and my answer would change if that had happened first.
So that's where I stand on it. I gotta agree with Jacob.
Is that the decision?
I don't want to say yes, but yes.
Okay. Is it over then? Have to move it? So is that it then? You wanna move it?
We gotta get a second.
John?
Yeah, I agree. I hate like hell to,
Sorry, man.
You guys forget my number on roof leaks.
I hate to tell somebody else what to do on their own property, but, this is gonna end up creating a mess down the road, I think, and precedents, and then, future arguments. And I think that's probably what the, setback is designed to do, is to stop the arguments in the future. So, yeah, I'll second Sean.
Okay,
Alright, thank you guys.
thanks.
Now I'm gonna have to get a new roofer.
Well, I'm certainly sorry for the trouble, guys, but I don't know. It seems easy to me.
Well, if he'd had the variance before he set the post, then I'd have to side with him, but.
Yep.
That's how the law is written, so.
All right, well, thanks for your time. Sorry for the delay.
No, he's probably about here. You about here, Jacob?
Yep, I'm pulling in the parking lot as we speak.
All right, Beth's gonna hang up on you.
Hey, can I ask one more question? So,
How many minutes do you want of our time today?
I feel like just one more question. So what's the timeline for the removal of that thing? Do you guys send him something?
That'll all have to be done. We'll have to talk to Matt and to,
But it will come through you guys. He'll get a physical request to remove or?
through the building commission, yes.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
Leslie. How are you ladies today?
Yeah, relatively.
Well, as long as you're not fighting with each other, we'll be just fine.
No, we're good. Rainbows and lollipops.
Great.
Field of flowers.
So our main thing today is really Sean addressed the log jam situation. So we got that one, and we've got this one. Oh, sorry. Okay. So, to start off with kind of the loop back when we last talked with you guys, or the whole picture, the larger map that you guys have right there, the Major Conservancy one marked. So since 2016, that was, and there's a little code there, it's the legend in the bottom right, that's the log jams. And so we really need to get back out and see what that looks like someday, right? Because you had, when we originally started the north section in that 2018 flood, the rest I didn't expect to move too much. But so that was, we kind of starting with that. And then Heather, I'll let you talk about when you visit with DNR, kind of just to summarize that real quick.
So visited with DNR and we've been in communication with them off and on since. I think we've already mentioned to you that they had suggested we apply separately from Warren County just so that if you apply county by county, they can distribute more funds or have the potential to distribute more funds. So that is the plan. And there has been a little bit of back and forth on whether we were eligible or not, because the DNR thinks that Big Pine is a regulated drain for the county, based upon Beacon. And morning, we have been working with the surveyor's office and super helpful, we got it figured out. It is not considered a county regulated drain. And after
Beacon.
yeah, it's just something in Beacon. Yeah. So after several emails with DNR, they did tell us we can move forward with our application. I'm trying to think what else I haven't touched on that I need to so far.
So I guess in the next step then was reconfirming on the larger map when the drone footage. So we had someone scheduled multiple times who ended up just not being able to come out with drones. So if you look at the smaller map, that's the bad news. Is that's how many log jams we have now. Mm-hmm. I mean, and blowing that up, I mean, yeah, Sean, you knew it was bad. It was really bad. So super thankful, reached out to Jason, and Jonathan Devers helped, and he's an expert on it, said that they actually wanted some more training time on the drone. And so he, within 24 hours of requesting, went out with me, filmed, we're about 90% done of looking at the main stem of Big Pine, and took pictures individually of each one and did videos to then record it and map it. So that's just a super zoomed in picture of, you know, what's going on. But basically, I mean, they're almost completely toppled on each other from Chris Lake's shop there in 300 South down to 500 South. I mean, it's just completely complete. So the bad news, the bad news is that of course it's way worse than it was before. The good news is we can apply for funds. The bad news is
we have to have 20% cost share to be eligible for the, do you want us to email that to him?
No, it's okay.
Oh, okay.
He's sitting next to his pool, he can see it.
And I'm sure Evers can sing, like his electronic file, you can click one through two, so.
But yeah, we have to have 20% match for this grant for us to be eligible. So that's the point where we're stuck at the moment, is figuring out where do we get the 20% funds, we can apply for up to 35,000. So 35,000 isn't gonna cover all those dots, but it's a start and we can apply every year. But every time that we apply, we have to come up with 20% match. So there's options for that.
Yeah, because one of the questions is, are landowners down with, you know, that, hey, we're willing to clean this log jam out here, do you wanna pay, you know, X%? I don't know, that's something you guys might have a better idea of or not. Every time I called different folks the other day for going out to access in the drone, they're like, please look at the log jams, you know, I mean, and then.
In-kind, there is some in-kind match that we can't do all 20% in-kind, but yeah, if a landowner is maybe willing to take care of the log removal themselves, like if it gets out of the stream and then they want to burn it, cut it, move it, that could be considered some in-kind match.
What the county's doing after we would get the ground, like, yeah, so Devers' time out there, that would be like the county donating X number of dollars, but it still wouldn't get us.
Yeah, some of it has to be straight cash money.
So yeah, so we were asking you guys what you wanna do with, we really wanted to make sure we had info to show you on kind of where we're at on what is existing out there, which it was bad, I didn't know it was that bad. And again, cause 2017 into part of 18 is when I was kayaking those portions, and I mean, it wasn't terrible,
Yeah.
it was doable.
So this one is based on
Well, they're gonna
water.
keep getting worse because of all
High
the
air.
ash trees.
Right, and I'm not even down, I figured Templeton right south is gonna be really gnarly, and I'm not even down to that yet. We stopped there at the subdivision at 52, so that's where we.
Yeah, it gets worse the further down you go.
How was paid for in the past when log jams were removed? Where did the money come from before?
County did it, which nobody wants to do, and we don't mind trying to help. Our idea was, can we consistently apply for this? Right now, I have a really good contact within that office, which was who came out, did the
Yes.
site visit.
He's very hopeful and
Yeah.
eager to help.
I would say we just keep, whether we do a section a year and just keep applying. I mean, that's better than us flipping the whole thing.
I'd love to have
You're
like
looking at a lot of dollars on that with that many log jams.
a crew of like people who love to cut in a canoe. I heard some stories back in the day.
I would just
but,
burn
like,
them in place and then clean it up.
Oh, that was something that was debated actually and tossed out on the one at Pine Village because of how much dry matter is there.
It's huge.
Yeah, and you know, this started with like, that's the largest one in, you know, of all big pines in Warren County, right? But we've told Warren County SWC, let us get a handle on how to get this application together, and then we'll help you fill yours out.
What's their thoughts on it?
So that's what Warren SWCD is totally fine, and Warren County does not, obviously, Big Pine is not like it's not managed in the same way it is here, and so they'll be done with stuff. But so I told Julie not to talk to surveyor until we had everything, and then once we got your opinion, we'd call down there for their, but they were totally down, the landowner was down, and for that one, Lawn Acres he would be down with paying the other percent, cause he already was working on trying to find someone to clean it up, but it's a lot.
I would say you'll have a lot of support with all the landowners because it's hurting them as well, you know.
And we're okay with, you know, asking landowners on the worst ones and going down, but yeah, we want to see, or if there is something that you can apply for, or what you guys want to do going forward, so.
And you do have a group willing to help. The Conservation Club is back in business.
What?
I told
Is it
them this
really?
is what they should focus on.
I didn't know that, okay, alright, I will reach out to you about that.
They're no longer a secret society.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I asked a lot of questions about them in the past, when I sold legal one, and it's like, okay, so, that's awesome, alright.
So
Yeah.
move forward with the application and start asking landowners if they'd
I'd
be
reach out
interested in
and
cost
just
sharing.
get their thoughts, see
Okay,
if they're willing. I mean, it helps them too.
There's one sitting beside you. What do you think, Bill?
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
Clearing log jams at Pine Creek.
throwing money in it for log jams and.
Better be doing it pretty soon.
So if we approached you on the spots that you own, would you be willing to pay 20% of the cost of pulling them out? Because that's what the grant says we gotta get. What's your opinion as a landowner?
Well, what's the rules is the first thing, because you're not supposed to be digging on.
It's DNR approving to go
it's
forward, so
DNR.
you're not messing with the banks, you're not ripping out trees, you're getting access in there, and the points you can have access, pulling them out.
How do you get the jams out without screwing with it?
You just do the best you can.
Yeah, I
Well,
would
Rick
be-
did it
I would
years
be
ago. He
interested.
just drove the channel.
I mean, the plan does have to be approved by the DNR, so we do have to provide, quotes and estimates from approved contractors to be able to,
Well,
to
I'd
get it
be
done
interested
properly.
because I have one particular ditch that drains into Pine Creek that the last, 300 or so feet are lower than the ditch, the Pine Creek. So mine is, I've widened it, you know, to get, but it backs up into my field a little. It's not gonna get better, I know that.
I think it's funny how many people complain to us about the beaver dams, and we've, found a couple, of course, while we're out there, which is like nothing compared to the things that we're finding, right? Like,
So everybody's wanting to kayak, huh?
so, well, we knew that the park in time that will be opening will attract people to want to
Right.
spend time on water, and right now it's not safe at all. I mean, even extremely experienced, and that's not who we're gonna get on the water, we're gonna get
It's pretty bad in
teenagers.
spots,
Yeah, we have teenagers out there, they're gonna die.
especially
Like,
the
at the
flat
level.
area from Four-Way Bridge to 52,
Yeah,
that's flat.
and it's gonna be, Park to 52 is gonna be the area that people are gonna wanna be going. So I would like to start on this before it gets so popular and get going. And there's several spots where it's like a tree down. A tree down, a couple months from now, come higher water, is gonna be more of an issue. But a tree down, if I can get a crew, that's nothing. But the larger ones apply for this. We have a contractor lined up who's totally on board with this, because here's the other caveat, due January 15th. So we have to
There's
select which
a lot of
ones.
cottonwoods down right now.
Say what?
There's a lot of cottonwoods just have fallen into the last 2 years.
So, and I don't, again, the park's gonna bring recreation, it's a good thing, but as much as we can try to work on things, I'd feel a lot better about it, so. Okay, so we'll start with landowners. If we can't hit the 20%, and this is due January 15th, we just pivot and do next year again? Do we come back to you guys and say, is there anything left in something?
This is 20% of overall cost for the whole project.
20% of the 35,000 is what we have to provide, so it's roughly $7,500 is what we have to provide.
Yeah, maybe we look at the largest, my thought was looking at the worst log jams that we can get to and mess with, and then talk with those landowners.
When you look at how many acres are in this watershed, it should be, I don't see how we can avoid doing it.
Yeah.
And it's benefiting, I don't really care about recreation,
Right.
I'm looking at
Drainage, right, I understand,
So,
we understand you
so
guys'
if
intent.
we, let's say we get $6,000 agreed to from landowners to help put in, and we need 1,500, do we come back here and talk to you guys about it, or do we
I don't think
not put
you'll
the
have trouble getting
application in?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Just move forward.
Yeah.
So wherever they're at on bills, we got a solid there, so we know we can start there.
And then when it gets to that point, yes, if something changes, then come back and see us. So.
Okay.
Cause it's
Thank
due,
you.
yeah, cause we're
We'll
into
get them.
December and we're working on this for now to Christmas and after for the January
That's fine.
15th turn in, so we would email you guys to be like, hey, this is where we're at. But we'll proceed, and we'll get Warren
Our
County.
next meeting's the 6th of January.
Okay.
too,
Oh,
so if
awesome,
you need-
okay,
You good with that, John?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright,
alright,
we'll
we'll
get
just
on it.
do it and plan to keep doing it and see how far we go. And again, as long as I've got his contact in there, he reached out to me and told me I should apply last year this time, so I think we've got some good
Well, I'd
chances.
definitely reach out to them guys in the conservation club, and if you can get them to start burning stuff, that'd be a huge help.
Yeah, just several of the spots really are just, the back of a cattle pasture just all lumped together, so, yeah, okay. You don't need to worry about anything else. We've got 4 other grants, parks moving, everything's good. The gravel worked out really well from the pipeline group off of the south, so we're pretty close to what we need, and yeah, working on a ton of stuff now. So thank you guys, appreciate it.
Thank you,
Appreciate
ladies.
the direction.
Sheriff?
Sure.
I go outside.
Huh?
I go outside.
All's well outside?
Did you have to go mediate?
That battle's never gonna stop.
Give you guys Gonna be what we're gonna work on in 2026. These are the things I'd like to run by you, make sure we're good. So the projects for indoor jail, we're gonna try to do a little bit every year and try to keep it from getting to the where we were before. So, we're gonna start in the smallest pod, in the women's pod. We're gonna pull those covers off of the vents. And then we've gotta come in and have them remove some things in there that I don't know how to describe. So, it's colors, different colors. So, we're gonna work on that. Sandblaster around here, who can sandblast? If I took those things, anybody?
Holster,
Holster.
or sandblaster, come to you.
Okay. Carpet squares, in our dispatch center, so same thing happened in our, control room back in the jail that happened over in the dispatch center. All the planking broke into little pieces, so we had to pull it all up. I'd like you guys, get your approval to be able to talk to Mr. Zeno and do the same thing that they did over in the dispatch center, put the carpet squares down. That way, if we ever pull that floor up for a wiring problem, we can just pull the squares up. And then what we'll do is we'll put the plastic down around to protect the wheels on the chairs and protect the carpet where they are moving back and forth between computers. So that is another project we'd like to work on. I talked to Mr. Holscher. He's willing to come in. He's gonna take a look at the tables. So all the tables are original in the jail, all the powder coating is worn off of them. So he's gonna take a look at it, see how he can help us out with powder coating. We'll make sure you guys are okay with that. The little black pieces on there is what's left of the powder coating. It's all worn off. We're gonna do some painting on some interior doors and walls wherever it's needed. That's just an example of where all the paint's worn off of it. I'm gonna clean the doors and repaint. Trustees will do a lot of that stuff, so we don't have to worry about hiring anybody to do it. Got plenty of, I got two of them back there that are cooking meals, and then they're also gonna be painting part-time. So that shouldn't be a problem. Back in booking, that's our heaviest traffic back there where we bring people in and out all the time. We've got a couple of cracks. Try to take pictures of them right there. What I'd like to do is just get the crack fixed and then have Brian Hardbeck come in and do what he did in the showers and put that epoxy down with that slip resistant speckling stuff. We'll start to book in this year and just get that done. That's that second picture on the right, the darker color, that's where all the epoxy went off the floor. So, and then in the hallway, this weather is destroying it. So what I want to do is get that cleaned and then put one of those vinyl strips down so when people walk in, they're not dragging mud and dirt on their shoes down there. You guys are cool with that. I need to find somebody that'll carpet clean. Is there anybody left in the county that will carpet clean?
Shoes still does it in Rural Park.
Who is it?
Gary Shoes Carpet in Rural Park.
Okay. So that'll save that carpet. The carpet's only 2 years old. If I don't get it fixed, it's gonna tear it up.
They can take the shoes off when they come in.
Yeah, right. Well, we did leave a nice little vinyl area for them to kick, and we got, yeah. Okay, so I looked at this last year. The fire company that we used was astronomical. I'm not gonna use them. They wanted $2,500 to come in and take the drain the system and take the 2 sprinkler heads off and put caps on. Brad was up there from Fowler Fire and he was poking around and I asked him about it and he said he might be able to help us find a vendor that could come in and do it a lot cheaper. The problem is that we need to remove those because if one of those things accidentally goes off in that IT room.
I agree.
Have you talked to Goodwin Fire up at Remington?
So Brad mentioned that name. So he was gonna reach out to him and ask him to reach out to.
Talk to them. Those guys are awesome. They're great people.
Goodland
Yeah.
Fire?
No, Remington, Indiana, Goodwin.
Goodwin.
Goodwin. Hold on.
Okay.
I got a phone number.
I'd say this needs to be your first priority.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
If one was to happen to go off, it'd just destroy all that shit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely would. So, and there's two of them in there. They wanted
I'm gonna send you.
$500 to come in there and drain that line.
To cap it?
And look at it, it's all thread. It's not like
I'll do it for half that, how's that?
Right. I'm not a plumber, and I know better than that.
Uh-huh.
But, so yeah, so Brad was real good about it. He was super helpful. And that was the name he mentioned, Goodwin Fire.
Yeah, I would get on top of that.
Okay,
I just sent you his number.
thank you, sir.
It's Kevin Goodwin. He'll take care of you.
Okay, awesome. We put in our last, replacement intercom, so we're gonna order a couple more from SAS. We're gonna go through and we've got some dead intercoms back in the jail, where we can't either hear, it sounds like somebody's talking in every third syllable. So, working on that, that'll be for this year. And then, the last thing I wanted to do, since we got that wall fixed on the south side, I wanted to go in and have them repair that crack. That's a pretty good sized crack in there. I'm gonna get that done, so. You guys good with those projects?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You good, John?
Yes, sir.
Hey, John, I'll email that to you. It's a document with pictures.
Okay, thank you. I like pictures.
Yep, me too. Helps tell the story.
I can't hear you.
The email about the Tahoe. And then-
All right, second thing I wanted to ask about was, I got a quote, from DRC Mobile over in Ambia to, put a camera system in the van. Right now, in the van that we got donated to us, you can't, see the inmates in the back, you can't see behind the van. And so that's a real problem, you can't check on the inmates to make sure they're still back there breathing. So I think it was $4,400 and some cents. I'll find it in the budget. If there's more than 1,000, I can work out an extra budget with that to get that done. Since it's, part of the jail, we've got a couple of different ones, what's that one called that,
The 1175.
yeah, the one that you can use as long as it keeps the jail moving and,
1175.
Yeah.
I forget what the name of it is,
Yeah.
but yeah.
so we've got that is available, so I just wanted to get you guys permission to be able to get Greg started, with that. He'll order it, it won't get done till next year, but, he had the, quote up, so I think you guys got copies of it.
Yeah.
No, I read this one, yeah. I read it.
Oh, that was for the cameras, though, what he was
Oh, that's
talking
the
about.
cameras?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that. Sorry.
I just.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yep.
So how far off is the old cage from fitting?
Oh, in the, on this one, yeah, miles, that was the problem. And with the tariffs, metal went up 32%. That's why I've got Rex, so Rex is looking to fund that. So on this, that's the next thing on the estimate for that. It came in, so I talked to Rex about it. He's willing to find some funding in drug money or something like that to, help fund that. I'll pay for the graphics and then the other stuff on there. What I'm asking you guys to do is, pay the, basically the light, siren, and the, installation outfit pieces and parts for $13,723.92. That took it down from the 20 that they had. We reduced some of the lights, put some smaller stuff on it to make it, because when that came in, all the parts were high because of, they all come from overseas.
So what was just the cage? I didn't see it.
Yep, so what's highlighted right here in the, It was like $7,000.
And there's no way we can modify what we have.
Nope, so what'll happen is, that cage will get sold and that money comes back to you guys, general. So we put it out there, there's a police marketplace out there that buys all that stuff, so. We can get $4,000 out of it, that'll come back through Beth to you guys.
It'll go back wherever it was paid from.
Yeah. I just don't want to come back into the, I think it goes back to your general fund, right?
Wherever it was paid from
Okay.
originally.
Okay.
I'll have to look.
Yeah, I think it came from you guys last year. Okay, you guys put the upfit last year, so.
It was from last year.
No, that's an old one, I'm sorry.
It wouldn't have been an upfit last year, the
Yeah,
truck that was bought last year was already
Eric's
done.
Or that was Jacob's truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as if the truck should be in, Lynn said sometime in February. So it got built on, first, into the build line on 13th of December. So he said by the time it hits railroad tracks and runs all over the US and wherever, Canada, he said it would be February before we can get here. So that allows us time to be able to get the parts ordered and get them in, get them on the floor, so we're not waiting for it to get upfitted. So that is the only three things from the sheriff's office I have for you.
How long will it be until we have to start looking for another vehicle?
So, we're only gonna ask for one a year. And I've got the, we're gonna pull the one spare one out for the 7th deputy, so we don't have to buy another truck. So if we do one a year, that gets us about 7 years for each vehicle.
So on the next one, I'm gonna look at Enterprise a lot harder. So when we think that we're gonna have to start down that process, give me a list of what you're wanting, and then I'll get that to Jake at Enterprise. I know their upfit, charge is a lot less than what we're looking at, but we don't know if it's apples to apples yet, so.
Okay, yep, not a problem. Happy to do it.
Alright, we might as well move forward. Everything's done. What is gonna happen with Austin's vehicle once he moves over?
So we're taking some of the stuff out of it, but we can take the drawers in the back, that will fit in the back of that truck. That's going to be the one spare patrol vehicle that we have, it'll be a combination deputy / K9, that'll be all we have. So it'll serve dual purpose. And then the corrections team has the van. So we got her down to razor thin, so hopefully we won't have any double trucks going down or anything. Although my 3/4 ton GMC is still really fine, so we use that.
How you doing? You guys good with that?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
On the fairgrounds, we're good, first party on Thursday. Been very super excited, he's already been over there with me again, looking around. We'll be over there today, cleaning floors, finishing, the window casings.
John, you said there was tables and chairs out at the county home, right?
Yeah, we've got, I don't know how many, but I'll bet you we've got, maybe 10 long ones, 8-footers, and then there's a lot of chairs.
Okay, we need to get those moved from there down to there.
Alright, I'll talk to Mike, see if he can help me tomorrow.
They got that enclosed trailer filled up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, all those, and that's was your intentions, correct, John?
Yeah, and then, so there's, a couple on the new addition up there on the county home. I think there's maybe 2-3 tables in there, and then, some chairs that are stacked. Grab all of that and then go out into the whatever the hell we call that other building.
Friends of the Village.
Oh.
The red
Yeah.
building.
Metal building?
take whatever, you see in there that would work good and then take a little more.
Okay, I took some supplies out of there, cleaning supplies, a couple of rooms, a squeegee, a couple of things like that, so.
There's a gallon of milk out there in that other building. I'd love somebody to get it.
She was supposed to throw that away.
When I go out there with Mike, John, I promise to get it out.
I'm probably talking to you by now.
Can you motion if you're gonna
I'll make a motion to approve the Tahoe stuff and the camera stuff for Beth's request.
Second that.
All stuff in favor of stuff, say aye.
Aye.
Stuff approved.
Thanks for the stuff.
You're welcome.
Have a good day, guys.
You too.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't think we were gonna.
I'm gonna go smoke a fake cigarette after that.
You want a pack? May want more than one.
Just come back, okay?
Yeah,
Text me when you're done.
don't leave us, Beth. That'd be wrong. Make a motion to close the meeting at 9:30 so we can move forward with the drainage board meeting, and we will reopen the commissioners meeting as soon as the drainage board meeting is over. You need a new folder.
You guys are so stingy on stuff, I can't find it.
Really?
I just did it.
Hi.
This is what's painful.
Sure. I think there might be a check down there for you, I can go.
Sam, I want you to hold these down there.
Does it
That
say
way
on the
this-
claim
I'm
that
sure
those
this
names?
is-
I believe so.
I'll go look.
It's on the phone.
Yeah, I have copies downstairs.
Did you email, John, you got the agenda and everything for the drainage board, right?
No, I did not get that email.
Did that go to him? Are you, which email are you sending it to?
I don't know,
Hi, David.
but I haven't had anything from Sam.
Let me look, hold on.
I gave you one, Jacob, right?
You did.
Your J gig at Benton County.
Do the JP.
Yeah, JP gig 67.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I did that one too. They're both on there. You didn't get either one?
I'm going back through the list and looking, but I did not see it when I went through stuff this morning. It may be down a ways, hold on.
I sent it Monday.
Is April 95 the non-inclusion?
Yesterday about noon.
Yes.
Okay. That was my question.
All right, I think I've got something now. Yep.
Okay, you good?
Yep.
Alright,
Yeah, I'm looking through it.
Sam, go ahead.
All right, we've got minutes from December 5th.
I'll make a motion to approve minutes.
I'll second that motion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
You have a main copy you want us to sign, Sam?
Yep. And then I have, we had updated the bid packet requirements. I had just changed that, I went to the auditor's office.
John, you wanna read through those? I know there was some stuff you wanted to make sure we were in good standings on.
I'm sorry, that cut out, Bill, say that again.
I said on the requirements for completed bid packets, can you go to that page and make sure you're good with everything?
Yeah, I'm looking through it now. Somewhere in all of that, when they get that, it will say that at the end of the day, the commissioners have final discretion and decision, correct?
I can add that to it.
It needs to be.
And probably, I guess I'm just trying to think of the wording of how we'd want it, but, well, no, what I just said, that'll take care of it, so never mind.
Well, Jacob can do the legal verbiage of it.
Alright, I can change that and then I'll bring it to the next one.
That's fine.
That's all I have.
Dave, you have anything, bud? Mr. Broche, you wanna come up?
Sure.
Bill Brost is here with us, John.
Okay, I'm just waiting for him to appear on the camera.
He should be there.
No variance on your plane. On our Brum ditch, we've had a revolving problem. And I mentioned it when we extended the acreage 3 or 4 years ago, that we have, or Brian, my son, has a 12-inch tile that's a surface drain in his field that is the irrigation's in. And it's a rotten tile. It's actually put in too low or too high. And so we were always repairing it. Every year we have to repair a bunch of it. There's about 800 feet in from the middle of the pond to the ditch. And it's just surface drain. So we would like to see if we can get that replaced. It means we did a bunch of work. We, as in the landowners that have the open ditch, paid for just as much of the extension of the ditch as, you know, at the same price. So.
Do we own this tile?
I don't know. Where's it at, Bill? That past
Section 5.
7.
Bolivar. So, you know where Brian's irrigation is?
On 300?
Yes.
Yeah.
Past the four-way bridge?
Yes, 2 mile. Well, it's right by 1100.
Yeah.
Yeah, we filled that, we filled a bunch of that in there a few years back, didn't we, where it washed out one time or something? Or maybe you did it.
We did it, yeah. But the surface drain is a 12-inch tile, and, I mean, it just keeps breaking. So, we have to watch it pretty close with the irrigator in there, but.
Well, does that go back to the north?
Yes, it goes this angle from the ditch. The ditch is straight through the field. And it's to the northeast is the way it runs. There's a low area in there. So we were wondering if we could get the tile replaced.
Yeah, if it's part of the watershed, we will. It's what you pay maintenance for.
Right.
It's only 800 feet, you think?
Well, there's a range there. It's probably 12 inches, probably about $6 a foot too.
Tell him we're more important.
I will.
Yeah, I don't have any problem.
So do we have
So,
to
but
get,
I guess I've got a question though, is this a private? If it's private, I don't want the county to have anything to do with it, if it's just a tile going up into a field, it just, again, sets
there's no other tile on it besides the surface part, if that's what you mean.
I guess what we gotta find out if it's in the assessment, if that tile is attached to that assessment.
Yeah, if it's in there and it's being, the maintenance would cover that, then I'm fine with it. But if that's outside that range and it's private, then I think it stays private.
Right.
Correct. So I guess that's what we need to.
Well, we'll look it up. I mean, if it was put in there, whenever that was created, then
Okay.
we're responsible.
I would say it was, cause the drainage tiles that are in there are of the same quality, same time manufactured, I would say. And another thing I have is partly county highway. We got a new culvert put in on 500 east, 100 south end of my Hess 310 acres. We cannot turn semis on that corner. We never have been able to. But a new culvert was put in there and a concrete bridge taken out. And the culvert is 10 inches higher than my tile. I just pattern tiled that, and there's been 3 tiles in that corner coming out of the Senesac farm to the west and my farm, and then Burgett's got a tile, dumps into the roadside ditch on the other side and comes into across that 100 south through the culvert. And then that ditch was made by Jack Steele when that was in.
The one that runs onto the east.
Yes.
I drove out there and looked at it.
So, but my outlets are 10 inches below the pipe now. We got a scorched pipe in there, and I imagine it's sitting on top of the pad underneath the box culvert, or not box, but board culvert. So I don't know what the solution, unless we put a 12-inch tile through the road. Senesac farm had an 8-inch tile running all along there, and I just pattern tiled my farm. And it had a 8-inch in there, and I put a new one beside it. So there's 3 on this side, and there's 1 coming through the culvert from the Burkett farm. The Burkett farm, their outlet tile is higher. But mine are covered up by the riprap now. The 5 to 6 inch riprap.
Plus you need the corner tweaked a little.
Well, I meant, if you're gonna do it, I would think you'd get it so you could turn. I mean, we always have to go down another mile to the T because you can't make a semi turn there. Either way, I mean, I've done it from the east coming up and around, but I had to be over in the edge of the field to the southeast. But I don't want everybody doing that.
We'll have to go out and put our eyes on it, see what all we're dealing with.
It's full of snow right now.
Yeah, I know. I was out there last fall, but I didn't get to spend a lot of time. So I want these guys to look at it too.
Yeah. And while we're at it, I mentioned earlier that ditch needs cleaned out going east.
Yeah, we did some discussion on that. We didn't get very far with it because everything's came up, but.
We did some a year ago in the spring.
At the Brum that you're.
No.
No.
This is a ditch, man-made ditch that they put in over 500 east, going east.
100 south.
100 south.
Straight east for.
Well, and then veers off and.
You know, veers at the,
There's a tile that runs along there too.
Along that ditch, is there? Okay.
At one time, I would presume that was a county tile, but
yeah,
like a lot of them, and it went to the wayside.
Do we need to go ahead and start the process of putting together a watershed and everything to have all acres going into that, take care of the cleanup?
Well, that would be probably the Greenwood ditch.
yes,
Somebody'd have to carry a petition on it.
it's the Greenwood ditch to the north of there, about half a mile, according to the map.
Yeah. But the Greenwood ditch, well, eventually it's gonna end up into the Greenwood. The one that's coming off at 600, that's probably, cause I think Compagna cleaned his, a year or two ago.
Yeah, that'd be the one to the southeast.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I don't know whether that would be considered in the green, whether you'd go all the way back to the Greenwood ditch and start looking at that, or you just go from kind of south.
It would probably be included in it. I would guess. Because that'd be a pretty good sized watershed.
there's a break that goes north through the Budrow farm there, John.
See here, we're starting at 17, going through 16, 21,
So
22.
the big waterway through the,
And then
heads north before it goes over to Compagna.
here's that tile that runs along 100 there. It's called the Bower that runs into it, and that would be. See, they tried to do that probably 30 years ago, and it got turned down.
Okay, so if that Bower tile is along the road, then it turns and goes through the Budrow 80 there to Greenwood ditch without going to Compagna.
Right. I presume that tile's still there unless it was taken out when they, went along the road.
Well, from the road.
And I don't know
from the
how-
road north, I'm sure it's there.
Yeah, I don't know how far off the road it would be. According to that, it can't be too far. So,
So it just needs dipped out there?
It needs to dip down to where it goes, the tile goes north.
So,
Now, as far as Compagna's, they did theirs, but when it gets to the Greenwood ditch, nothing was done on the other side of the road back to the west, and it's silted in. You can see that right along the road.
there's probably not a whole lot of fall there either, is there? I mean, from west
I
to
don't think
east.
there is.
no, not from what I went out and looked at, there's not.
No.
But it looks like, I've sprayed that before, and it looks like, if I remember right, coming off of 100 into Budrow's property going north, I don't know, maybe 500 feet or something, there's a break that comes back to the south. But of that whole area there along that road, which I don't ever remember that being dipped, it is pretty flat.
Well, I think, prior to these commissioners, didn't you say you could do the work and then we'd pay you?
Well, you said you did a bid, but I didn't do it yet, but.
Yeah.
I wanna know to what extent you wanted to,
But
It
then
needs a foot and a half to start with at the brick road, so at least.
But then there was a problem with, what are we paying it out of?
Yeah, that's the other issue.
I think we gotta take it back to whatever the watershed is going that way, and I mean, that's gonna benefit Murray and Acres and Hills and Weavers and, probably Tabor. But, and I don't think I'm in favor of just paying somebody personally to do it, cause then we're gonna get in trouble on, from other contractors if we gotta put it out for bid.
Well, part of me wonders if we shouldn't have, Dave and Matt go out and shoot it and see where we're at. so we know exactly what we're dealing with, how many feet and all that, so we've got something to go off of.
And find the tower.
The tile.
Go off of it, from the east end.
Yeah. I think we better start at square one, so we know exactly where we stand.
Yeah, but I'll run down there later this week and look at it again if the snow gets off, but
What about
it definitely,
what about my problem at the junction of this road there? I mean,
I think we gotta figure out what we're gonna do on the ditch part. Because if we're gonna end up dipping the ditch, then that's gonna give us the level that we can come to up underneath you, so it'd be better to wait and make sure we do that right before we, get in trouble for, I wish we'd have gone another foot deeper.
right,
Okay.
and while we're talking about it, what about, when you're looking at it, how about looking at the culvert, see if it should be longer on each end? It's a squash culvert.
Yeah, I think all that'll be considered when we're looking at it, and if,
Yep.
because that may have to get lowered, right, so.
Yeah.
That's a
Possibly
tight
is.
corner, so.
Okay. We'll start there.
Okay.
Sam will find out on the tile over on the Bundit, what was it?
Brum.
Brum, and then find out what we gotta do over here. Okay?
Sounds good.
Yeah, I got one question for the commissioners sometime.
Well, as soon as we're done here, we'll reopen the meeting.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks. Everybody happy on the drainage? You got anything else, Sam? Make a motion to close the drainage board meeting at 10:50.
You have a second?
No,
You just
second.
wanna hang out?
I'm just waiting, yeah.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you guys.
Thank you. You guys have a great day.
You too.
It's 9:50, I believe.
Is it 9:50?
It's 9:50.
Oh, it's 9:50, sorry.
I've been sitting here longer than I thought I had.
See you guys later.
Hey, Sam.
You guys wanna do on hours for Kelly for this year?
What do you mean on hours? I'm not following what we're talking about.
We were, in the last meeting, we discussed Kelly Walpe's hours for when she was the only one in the office and she wasn't really able to take any of that time and she can only roll. Carryover's only 52 hours and she's sitting at 183. And we talked about doing just a one-time for this year, an exception, but we need to come up with how many we're gonna let her carry over.
My opinion, she earned it, she ought to be able to keep it.
Can't argue with that.
Well, I agree to that, but we also have to be careful on everyone else.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a different circumstance where she didn't have a choice, she couldn't use it.
Right. Okay. Well, once Beth gets back down here, then we'll open the meeting, we'll just. Always she was waiting, we made the decision last meeting, we we're just waiting to come up with a number, so.
Such long fixes.
We're lost without you.
No.
They don't even know what time it is without you.
Yeah.
Make a motion to open the commissioners meeting back up at 9:53, not 10:53.
Second.
The decision's been made on Kelly's hours for this year to let her carry them.
All of them?
Yep,
What was it, 183.5?
yep, correct.
And a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
I think it needs to be wrote in there too, that this was a special exception, cause she couldn't use them.
Right, I think that it was explained in the last minutes, but I can reiterate that, yeah.
Mr. Boast,
Yes,
go ahead.
I was wondering if anything, if you found out anything on Mainstream and why they canceled out doing my subdivision,
So,
because they said that they were gonna do the other subdivisions and then do mine
correct.
and my house.
That is a conversation for Zach and I still to have. I seen him down at Commissioners Conference, and by the time I come back around to speak with him, he was gone. So, that is still on my to-do list. We're working on some other things with them right now and trying to get all this straightened out. So, they didn't give any logical reason as to why. So that's the answers that I'm trying to get out of them.
Well, they probably don't wanna bury it, so that's probably the reason. But, you know, like I said to you at one time, I said, we've got the little subdivisions like in the Fowler here and.
Right.
I think they should all be freaking buried.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
They did a shit.
I've got 14 miles of poles and don't have internet. I mean, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, and I'm not in disagreement with Bill.
You know that.
As far as I'm concerned, it's just, they're not holding up to their bargain at this point, so, or their deal, so, but I have been actively working on it.
And like I told them, and everybody, it's a mile from my house.
Right.
I built the road to my house, here I can't even get the internet to my house.
Right.
I've got that one section of ground up there at Templeton that I own, and there's internet buried all the way around it.
Right.
For one house.
Right.
I mean, it's my granddaughter, but. But then down at the corner there, we got 2 more poles. I mean, like, come on, one of them's here, one of them's here.
Right.
It's just, it's very inconsistent, very unprofessional.
I agree.
Nope, you're not gonna get an argument out of us on that,
Okay,
so.
I'll quit bothering you.
I didn't know you were a bother.
I'm gonna have to try then.
Okay.
Don't try too hard.
Yeah. Alright, thanks, Bill.
Yeah, thank
Have
you
a
guys.
good day. Okay.
So I reached out to the Henry County Council member that I told you about with that wage study. I don't remember.
What?
A wage study, so I guess several counties have done this as far as, this is basically what, it's an attorney's office, and they basically do, they take our job descriptions that we have for each employee of the county, and if we don't have a job description for a position, they make one. And they start there and update any that need updated. Then after that, they do a Zoom call with each individual department head to talk to them, basically to see what their opinions are on how their employees are paid, like range-wise. And then they take that information, and that's how they do any of the updates for the job descriptions. And then they do what they call a factor evaluation, basically based off of each department and like what their work consists of, like labor-wise, for like if it's highway or EMS or an office position. And then they put them in job categories. And by those job categories, they assign factor points, and that's how they base their range of pay, basically on their level of skill. I guess there's like, with this firm, this is what they specifically work on, and there is a specific department in the firm that works on these factor points and weighted skills to figure out each employee, where each employee goes. She said it's like a 6 to 9 month process, and it would go based off, she would look at our current salary ordinance and see where each person is currently based on how they have them figured once they have their weighted assessment. She said the ballpark price would be $44,000. She said if we were interested, the letter of engagement, she would do a letter of engagement and then a cost estimate. But I told her that I would talk to you guys and then obviously the council because it's their baby, but if you were interested, I'm sure they would come in and do like a presentation to better explain it. I mean, it was just a 15-minute phone call and she ran through it. She knew what she was talking about. I mean, but that's basically how their process works. It's evaluations of our job descriptions, and then they have a factor evaluation that they use based off of our job descriptions for each employee. And they've worked with 86 counties. But after it's all said and done, it sounds like she'll give us, our office, the file of how each department or employees broke out, and then obviously the council can go based off of that after each year for budget season. That's my understanding.
What's the benefit to the county after she gets this done over what we have right now?
So basically, my understanding is it just benefits the employees more as far as a more fair wage increase, I guess. Instead of how the council goes across the board for each department, if that makes sense. It kind of gives them more of an idea of, okay, well, this is where they put them on the wage study. This is where they should be. It's like a range.
Do we have people complaining right now that I mean, is this even an issue, or are we making
I mean, everybody complains, but it's not like a major issue, no. It was just something that was brought up to me at Auditor's Conference.
I say we pass on it and save the 45 grand, but that's my thought.
I told him I'd look into it, so.
It's a cool concept, except for the price tag.
Cost, yeah. Fine by me.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, I have payroll from 12/12.
I'll make a motion to approve payroll.
Second.
Aye.
And then this one is payroll, but it was just for the EMA performance bonuses, not a full payroll.
I'll make a motion to approve the performance EMA.
Second.
So what did we, oh, you signed it. Can I get a motion for Jacob's
Make a
contract
motion,
for 2026?
make a motion to accept Jacob's contract for 2026.
Second.
Minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve minutes.
Second. Make a motion to accept pay at once.
the amended employee benefit section for the personnel policy. Did you guys see that?
Yep, I read it. Don't like it.
Did you see it? Okay. I just didn't know if I need to elaborate. So the only changes I made was just going in more depth as far as the benefits for full-time status. Just so that people know that they can use the wellness clinic whether they elect health insurance or not. It's no charge to them. And then just explaining how the county pays 80% of the employee's premiums for medical insurance, and then the employee pays 20%. I just need a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Second.
Go.
And then this is our first sharing contract, looks like, for the Historical Society for Benton County. They sent in their signature for the contract and then their financials for 2025, if you guys wanna look at it.
You give it a Sean.
Suppose.
Make a motion to accept the contract for services for the payment to the Benton County Historical Society for $4,000 for the year of 2026.
I'll second.
And lastly, we just need it in the minutes to discuss the county home account. They need minutes to
Close it.
close it, yes.
Close it.
Second that close.
Well, they need, we gotta vote me onto the account to close it, or can we just, she wouldn't let me close it without being on the account, if I understood it correct, is that right, Beth?
I think you should already be on it because you're one of the commissioners.
They were still tied to it though. That was the other problem.
No, I
I'm not
know,
on it for
but
sure, so I
it
think
should,
we need to have a
originally
motion
it
to
was
put me
Sam
on it
and
first.
Brian went and took his name off.
Well,
And then it
let's just record it. I'll make a motion to put John on that.
I'll second that. John is responsible for Old County home issues.
Speak up, please.
Sorry.
That's what happens when you're not here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I'm looking forward to see what board I just got elected to.
The one that you're gonna be the only one on. That's it. Anybody else have anything?
I'm with you, John.
Oh, now you got Rita standing up for you.
Where'd you come from?
Atta girl.
Okay. Well, if nobody else has anything, I'm gonna make a motion to close the meeting at 10:07.
Alright, thank you guys.
Thanks, John. Have a great day.
Somebody got a second one?
Second. Okay.
So I'll let you guys know.